back to AI Stock Talk. Today we're looking at a future-facing investment theme that sounds like science fiction, but is starting to show up in real business conversations. AI infrastructure in space.
Which is a very calm way of saying, what if the next data center is floating above your house?
Exactly. For the past couple of years, investors have focused on AI data centers here on Earth. Chips, power, cooling systems, land, electricity, and grid capacity. But now there is a bigger question. Could some of that AI infrastructure eventually move into orbit?
AI already eats electricity like a teenager eats cereal. So naturally, someone looked up at space and said, what if we put the problem up there?
That is the idea we're exploring. Not as a short-term guarantee, and definitely not as financial advice, but as a long-term theme. If AI moves into space, investors should not only ask, can I buy SpaceX? They should ask, who launches it, connects it, supports it, and competes with it?
So this is not buy these stocks. This is watch the basket.
Correct. These are stocks to watch. Some are speculative, some are risky. Some may never become direct winners. But the theme is worth understanding.
Because when Wall Street hears AI, space, and Elon Musk in the same sentence, somewhere a stock chart starts stretching before it even knows why.
And that is exactly why we need to stay grounded. The big idea is simple. AI infrastructure is running into physical limits on Earth. Massive data centers need land, power, cooling, and network capacity. Those constraints are becoming part of the AI investment story.
In other words, AI does not just need better brains. It needs buildings, wires, fans, backup power, and probably a very patient utility company.
Right. Space-based AI infrastructure would take that even further. The idea is that satellites and orbital systems could eventually process data closer to where it is collected, support global connectivity, and create a new layer of AI infrastructure above Earth.
The next AI data center may not be in Texas, Virginia, or Arizona. It may be above your head.
That is the dramatic version.
I prefer the trailer voice version.
But the careful version is this. This is early, speculative, expensive, and technically difficult. We are not saying this happens next year. We are asking which companies could matter if this becomes a major long-term direction.
So today is part 1, the SpaceX Spark and the first 4 names to watch.
We have to start with SpaceX, which is the headline stock in this theme, now that it is publicly tradable.
The mothership.
Exactly. SpaceX sits at the center of the story because of its launch capability, reusable rockets, Starlink satellite network, and broader ambitions around space infrastructure.
SpaceX is the company that makes other futuristic companies look like they're still looking for parking.
But investors have to be careful. Even if a company is impressive, the stock can still be risky if too much growth is already priced in.
That is one of the hardest lessons in investing. A great company can still be an expensive stock.
Exactly. Investors will need to look beyond the excitement and study valuation, profitability, growth expectations, and risk.
So SpaceX may be the mothership, but that does not mean every ticket to board is automatically a bargain.
That's the right way to say it. The next name is Rocket Lab, ticker RKLB. This may be one of the cleanest public ways to watch the space infrastructure theme.
This is the side door play.
Yes, Rocket Lab is known for launch services, but it also has a growing space systems business. That means it is involved in launch, spacecraft, satellite components, and other infrastructure needed for space missions.
So it is not just, we send the thing up. It is also, we help build the thing, support the thing, and hopefully keep the thing from becoming a very expensive paperweight.
Exactly. If the space economy grows, Rocket Lab could be one of the public names investors follow closely.
SpaceX may own the highway, but Rocket Lab wants to be one of the delivery fleets.
That is the key framing. But Rocket Lab is still speculative. Space companies can be volatile, capital-intensive, and sensitive to launch schedules, contracts, and profitability.
So, not a sleepy buy-it-and-forget-it stock.
No, but for this theme, Rocket Lab is one of the more understandable public companies to watch.
SpaceX is the mothership. Rocket Lab is the side door.
Next is AST Space Mobile, ticker ASTS. This is a direct-to-cell satellite connectivity company.
Meaning your regular phone could connect directly to satellites.
That is the goal. AST Space Mobile is not really a SpaceX supplier. It is more of a competitor or parallel bet in satellite connectivity.
So this is not selling parts to SpaceX. This is more like, what if someone else is building another road to the same future?
Right. And it matters for this theme because if AI services become more global, mobile, and always connected, then connectivity becomes critical.
If AI becomes everywhere, connectivity has to become everywhere too.
Exactly. But AST Space Mobile is very speculative. The company depends on launches, network deployment, capital, partnerships, and execution.
So this is the wild card.
Yes, it could have major upside if the vision works, but it also carries significant risk.
This is the kind of stock that can make your portfolio feel like it forgot to buckle its seatbelt.
Which is why risk management matters. The fourth name for Part 1 is T-Mobile, ticker TMUS.
Finally, a company whose business model does not require me to visualize orbital physics.
T-Mobile is important because of its partnership with SpaceX on Starlink direct-to-cell service. It gives investors a more established company connected to the space-to-phone theme.
So if Starlink is sending phone coverage from space, T-Mobile is one of the earthly doorways.
Exactly. T-Mobile is not a pure-play space stock. Its core business is still wireless service here on Earth. But if satellite-to-phone connectivity becomes more important, T-Mobile's partnership could become strategically valuable.
So it is less moonshot, more cell tower with a space helmet.
That's a funny way to say it, but yes. T-Mobile is a more grounded way to watch part of the theme. So that is Part 1 of the Space AI watch list. SpaceX is the potential mothership. Rocket Lab is the public side door. AST Space Mobile is the wild card. And T-Mobile is the established partner angle.
4 names, 4 roles. One very strange future where your phone, your data, and possibly your AI assistant are all looking upward.
But remember, this is not investment advice. These are stocks to research, not recommendations to buy. This theme is early and speculative.
And if a story has rockets in it, please do not leave your risk management back on Earth.
In Part 2, we'll look beyond launch and connectivity. We'll cover the companies building the space workshop, collecting the data, protecting the infrastructure, and making the chips that power it all.
Because if AI goes orbital, the winners may not just be the companies launching rockets.
They may be the companies building the entire ecosystem.
See you in Part 2.